Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I, the Raw Food Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and the Holistic Practitioner. Good afternoon, everyone. So, yes, my voice is a little hoarse, and I didn't even know it was hoarse until I started talking. I was on a talk fast. I didn't mean to go into a talk fast. Well, I didn't, meaning the Nubia I, that, you know, the human. But the spiritual part of me obviously did. I stopped talking yesterday, and I didn't talk today until I just made the last video before this for my group. And so my voice feels very weird, like, why are you talking when I don't want you to talk? And so let me tell you why that is happening. First of all, I am deep in the shed, y'all. I'm deep in the shed, and when I say that, in this case, it means I am actually creating a curriculum for the Raw Food Intensive, which actually starts a week from this Friday. And so, yeah, if you haven't joined, just still more room. Please feel free to join. And I want to make it the best. Like, I want to give you all that I have, and I have to go within. So today what I did, I noticed that when I need to create something, when I want to put my best and my all, when I want to create it to move through me, I usually need a cleansed space. And my space was not cleansed. You know, life happens, in and out, running a business. You just don't get to everything. And so I've been neglecting my space, and today I took time to like clean up everything. Plus, I just had my cycle. My cycle is ending. I notice I always clean the house really well after the cycle, just to release all those things that I no longer need. And so, speaking of things that I no longer need, as you all know, in the group Women Who Run with the Womb, the private coaching group that you all could be in at any time, we're in the series called Move That Body, but it's not just about moving the physical body, although it is about that. It's not just, it's about moving the spiritual body, the etherical body. It's really, too, it's become about moving people out of your life that no longer serves you. And so, you know, I personally am having a difficult time. I mean, I'm doing it, but wow, that feeling of loneliness, right, that comes in, or that feeling of, well, who do I have to share this with, or who am I going to do this with, or, and then in the end you realize that those people, the reason why you want to move them out your life anyway, is because they never really was there to listen or to be able to share. Not because they're not good people, but because you've already moved up. I mean, the minute that you take this journey to raw, the minute that you decide to be a raw foodist or a vegan, you get into Raw Bridges and you really decide to be a vegan or a vegetarian, you've already changed. You're 50% different than you were before. So the way you were, that means 50% of your life has changed. And if it hasn't, it will. And so that's the part that goes with it. So you're already different than when you were, especially if those people that you have in your life have not changed with you. A lot of times your interests are going to be different. So therefore, you're going to feel like that you're speaking another language and that they're speaking another language, and they're two different languages and you don't understand each other. And so that happens naturally. And so then when you become conscious that every time you excel, that every time you decide to eat well, or to get out of a bad relationship, or to leave a job that doesn't serve you, or whatever that thing is, every single time that you decide that, you've moved up to another level. And if those people in your life have not moved up to that level, now wait, they could not have moved up to that level, but they're still really great people, and they're helpful, they're loving, they're always there. It's a difference. You know, you could have people that don't get what you're doing, but love and support you in every way, and almost kind of like that you're doing it even though they can't. And so they really kind of applaud you. And then you have those people that just don't understand you, that think you're crazy, might talk about you behind your back, wondering when you're going to go back to eating, you know, meat again, or eating cooked foods if you're a raw foodist. And really could be good people, but cannot see you change and almost become angry, even if it's subtle, even if it's subconsciously. So those people exist as well. And those people probably will go, and they will have to. But a lot of times, it's not that the people won't go. It's that we won't let go of the people. It's not that the meat won't let go. It's that we won't let go of the meat. It's not that the house or the job won't let go. It's that we won't let go of the house or the job. So see, really when we say, oh, I don't have anybody that's like me, or all the people I know, they just bring me down, da da da. Well, the reason why they could bring you down is because you're not solidified in being brought up. So the bringing up at that stage, and when you first go raw, and you like the first 6 months into it, or the year, or maybe even 2, you're not yet solid enough to really combat all the things that you're going to be faced with. That's why I'm doing the raw intensive. So you don't have to go through everything that I have gone through. It is very lonely, sometimes depressing, sometimes sad, sometimes scary, sometimes, but it gets so much better. And I didn't have anybody to lead me through. My teacher who taught me about raw is not even raw anymore. So, and not entirely raw. So she told me the other day, Sister Nubia, I love you. You took the raw food and ran with it. So I know, can you imagine changing your spirituality when you were a Christian and now you want to be more into the metaphysics, or just being more into spiritual, being more into the goddess belief system? Can you imagine that kind of switch over? You're not the same. It's almost like your body can go into shock because your body was doing this other thing for so long. That's why the guidance is so necessary. Even if it's not from me, from somebody. Get somebody that's an expert in what you want to do, or where you want to go. Because it can become lonely, but with a group of people and people like you, it becomes better. When I tell you that the group that I started helped me, I feel happier, I feel more complete, I feel whole. I don't feel as alone. I could just get on the group and people are talking about things. I could join in, I could share what I'm going through. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. So that feeling of being alone, I get it. But I also don't want to go back to a diseased state. So I cannot go back to me. For me, I don't want to go back to a lethargic state, so I can't go back to cooked food. For me, I don't want to go back to relationships that are just just okay, just because I feel so amazingly alive. Another thing about raw foods I'm realizing too is no one will probably have as much energy as you do. So that will actually talk about moving things. That will move relationships out of your life. They just simply won't be able to keep up with you. And you might start, if you stay with those people that can't keep up with you, what you'll do is you'll eat cooked food, or you'll do something, you'll drink or you'll smoke to try to ground yourself back to where they are so that you can still maintain this friendship. When in actuality, if you stayed raw, if you stayed clean, they would have to either move up to where you are or they would eliminate their own selves. I'm telling you right now, this is what you're going to go through when you make a change. You probably already made changes. But now you're at that place where you're scared. Should you go back? Should you try to hang out with this person? God dang it, just eat the hamburger. At least you be like everybody else and all you can relate again. But really that part of you that grew, you already grew. You already far ahead. I don't know if that real core part that really knows better can do less than better. So you're going to have to let those people go. They're going to go because you've moved. The only thing that why a person would go back after going to the mountaintop and seeing the promised land, and then they want to go back down to the ghetto hood, to that, I'm using it as a metaphor, a place where love doesn't live anymore. Anytime anybody wants to do that, it's because they're afraid of being where they are. They're afraid of being high. They think must be something wrong with me. Why do I have more energy than everybody else? Why do I feel younger than everybody else? Must be something wrong with me, but it's not. The reason why I want to start this Blackberry Beauty University or this academy is so that we never have to feel alone, so that we never have to go backwards to feel comfortable or make somebody else comfortable, and so we won't be alone. This is what the Woman Who Run With the Womb is about. This is what the Raw Intensive is about. This is what the Dry Fasting is about. This is what all the courses that's coming. This is what the YouTube is about. This is why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I want you to have a community. What I'm realizing, and let me be truthful, I'm doing it because I want to have a community. So if I have to build it, I'm going to build it. I need places to go and be around people that feel good, that look good. And a lot of times in the health profession, particularly raw foods, vegan, vegetarian, a lot of times it's more people in other communities that are raw, especially raw, or vegan or vegetarian than in sometimes the African community or the African American community or the Caribbean community or the Afro-Latino community. It's more, so how do I get all of us? Because I still like certain things. I still like your beautiful color. I like the way you say, I like the way you hang with me. I like the way you kick it. I like the way we can talk without talking. I like the way when we get things without saying a word. I like being with you. I like the way you look. I like the way you talk. I like the way you walk. I like the way you are. But I want to live around people who care about themselves, first of all. And if you care about yourself, you care about what you put in your body. I want to live people that care about their community. You care about your community, you won't have no shooting. You won't have no killing. You won't have no dirty streets because you are not dirty yourself. It's just a reflection. Don't you think the hood, living in the hood and being in neighborhoods where it's less than and people throw trash on the ground and litter and just deface people's property? Maybe it's because they're littered. They're defaced inside. They're not eating the proper food and this is reflected on the outer. If we can get that food down and care about ourselves and our bodies, then we can care about the body called our neighborhoods. I want to create new neighborhoods where people of color can feel good about living there, feel safe, that children can go outside and play. But we got to start somewhere. We got to change our minds. We got to change our diet so that we can get to that level. It's seriously important. We got to stop playing. I want to create communities where we garden together, where we bike ride at night with the kids and the whole family, where we have political clout because we'll have money in abundance. I got those series coming in The Women Who Run with the Womb. We've got to get our money on. Do you understand when you invest in yourself, if you invest in the Raw Food Intensive, you invest in Women Run Wool, you invest in anything that's outside of me that's good, do you understand that you're preparing yourself for the life that you say that you want? That's your money. Your health is your wealth and there is nothing else. You have to do it for yourself, but also for your community. I want to leave a legacy. I want my child to walk into her own business so she ain't never got to work for nobody else again unless she wants to. Unless she wants to. I want to create affluent communities where we are educated, whether we're educated. I was thinking about it. Think about this. Nubia I has an academy. Brother Tootie Ma'ara has an academy. Brother Phil Valentine has an academy. I mean, I'm not sure Queen of Fua has an academy. Now our choices of where we send our children to school can be way different. Everything is virtual now anyway. We really don't have to go to work and sit there and waste 8 hours a day. Half the time we ain't really using the 8 hours a day to work. We could actually have our children take classes. Do you understand? I'm going to offer a 5-week. My university is not going to be just taught by me. It's going to be taught by experts in their fields. We're going to have somebody that does money management for our teens and young 20-year-olds, how to balance a checkbook, how to pay bills, how to invest. That's going to be a 5-week course. We're going to have somebody, an expert mechanic, that's going to come on and teach women basic mechanics, not just how to fix a flat tire or how to change the oil, but what the engine look like. What is the purpose? Why we drive cars? What they do? How do they function? Things that you need to know so that you don't have to depend on anybody else to diagnose your car. If they diagnose you, take it to the mechanic, at least you know what he's talking about. Matter of fact, when you go to him, you can be like, you know what? That sounds like my transmission is going out. And I think my radiator is overheated because the thermostat went up. I mean, you'll know that. You know, this is the life course that I'm talking about. So not only is it food, and not only is it love and sex and money, it's all these things. I got a black filmmaker that's going to teach a 5-week course if your child want to be a filmmaker. I got a football player who plays arena ball who is not in the pros but can tell your child if they really want to be a football player the different avenues. It's not just about playing pro football or about playing football in America and ways that they can use that and get into it, tips that the insiders are not telling you. That's for your boys. I want to build this community that is thriving. And right now, I'm starting with the food. I got so many classes that are coming up on the Blackberry Beauty Network, if you will, I know, just coming up for me, that you have to be a part of. We can teach ourselves, we can learn for ourselves, we can have our own communities, our own institutions, our own academies. And the Raw Food Intensive is starting it off. After that, it's dry fasting, and other than that, I'll take suggestions. If there's something that you know that you like that I talk about, but you want me to go deeper into it, then let's talk about that, put it out there, write it down, leave a comment, and we'll put that in, and that'll be our next intensive. So they're going to be consecutive. They're one after the other after the other. It's not going to stop. School is in session, and you can be at home doing it. I got so many. Well, I got a raw food chef, the one that taught me, Mama Carmelita Taylor, going to do a 5-week course intensive in raw foods. You ain't heard it like this before. That sister put the funk in it. She put the soul in the raw foods. So you ain't just making some recipes from everybody else. You making recipes from somebody that look like you. She throws down in that kitchen. You will never not know. Stuff that's not even in recipe books, this sister does it. 5 weeks. I'm not the chef. I can make foods. At this point in my life, I eat so simply. I eat salads and smoothies and maybe eat some tacos with some nut meat. And lots of fruit and all kinds of vegetables in my salad. I just eat what's in season, but I don't really do a lot of gourmet, but she does. But she does. So if you're not in the Raw Food Intensive to sign up, please sign up. If you need support, go to Women Who Run With The Womb. Pay the $37 for a month for the subscription. Anybody who did not, again, get their packet, if you did not get your course materials for the Raw Intensive, just send me a message, email me, something, letting me know that you did not get it, and I will make sure that my secretary sends you out the course materials. They did go out yesterday. We know we missed a few people. It's natural to miss people. We don't want to miss people, though. We don't want to miss you, especially, okay? So it's nothing but love for you, honey. Nothing but love for you, nothing. So yes, anyway, so this week, this may be my only video. I don't know, I talk so much it's going to be hard. But I'm going deep in the shed. I'm creating the course curriculum for the Raw Intensive. Also, people that are joining the Raw Intensive, they're getting specials. They're getting 2 coupons in their packet, and they're also getting preferred pricing on the $150 an hour consultations for being in the group. They don't have to pay that. I'm not going to tell you all. Join the group and you'll find out. Be pleasantly surprised. And join the Raw Intensive rather, and then also join the group. So anyway, y'all, this is way bigger than what you can see right now. One day this background will not be here because I'll be in another one. Maybe one day I'll have a school where we can actually go to. Wait till I do the 5 weeks on gardening. Wait till I do the 5 weeks on weeds and the benefits of weeds and gardening and food and fruit. Oh my God, and trees and pruning and experts, not just me. I got ideas, I got other things that I need to do. Plus, I want to start getting out there and doing speaking engagements. I want to come to your town, but I still want the school to function. And so that's why we'll have other teachers that will be teaching things that you're interested in. So let me know. Sewing, we can do a 5-week course in sewing with a worksheet, curriculum, syllabus, everything for $97. That's a steal. But I want to make it affordable at the same time. I want to be able to eat and provide you and my teachers with what they need as well. Anyway, I love you all. Everything is beautiful. Everything is good. I love you more than you even know. I know the universe has brought me here for a reason. And I accept. I accept. This is Nubia I, the Raw Food Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and a holistic practitioner, and I'm sending you an abundance of movement. Peace and blessings.